I got to talk about another thing
Okay.
though, that, you know, this is not a fraud, but to me, it's going to be one of the most damaging things to young people. It's deep fakes. We talked about deep fake a little bit. Do you have kids?
Me?
Yeah.
I do, but yeah.
So I've got a 7-year-old daughter, and you know, I can see her going to school and having this happening to her. So there's a famous Twitch streamer. His name is Atrioc, and he was live on stream, and some people noticed that there was some deep fake porn on his screen, and this deep fake porn was of these other very famous Twitch streamers: Sweet Anita, Maya Higa, QT Cinderella. These are Twitch streamers. They're not porn actresses.
Right.
But what is happening is
They're
these
putting their faces
putting their face on porn.
Right.
And it's not hard to do. This is like pretty simple stuff.
Yeah. I downloaded that app where you could put my face on, like, you know, Brad Pitt when he's fighting with, you know, in Troy, where he runs up and stabs the other guy, and I'm standing there, I'm all buff like Brad Pitt in my face, and I did a bunch of stuff like that.
Yeah.
I actually did Tommy. I put Tommy on like some woman's face and sent it to him. He got all irritated and upset about it.
Yeah, MSCS Media. Shout out to Tommy. Tommy's a good dude.
He's hilarious.
But how, like, I got a 7-year-old daughter. Like, imagine she's 13, 14 years old. She comes into school. It's after summer break. She just broke up with her boyfriend. And the boyfriend's like, I'll show that.
Yeah.
And then he deep fakes the porn. He sends it out to everyone at school. Her reputation, like, especially a young kid. Like, I don't know about you. Like, nowadays, like, you know, whatever. You want to talk bad about me on the internet, I don't care. But if you're 13, that's like your entire life.
So the problem with that is now that is like dissemination of child pornography. Even if the actress is, you know, 20-something years old, you put her face on it. I was in prison with a guy that got, I want to say 3 or 4. He got the mandatory minimum. I want to say it was 4 years, because he had downloaded manga porn.
Like manga, like the cartoons, the Japanese cartoons.
Because the law says the way it's written is images. Doesn't say photographs, doesn't say film. It's images of underage. And what happened was he had been chatting with someone in a manga. So manga, a lot of these guys have some issues, right? That's a big pull, because a lot of it is they have these underage girls in manga, that Japanese girls. So this guy's on a site where he's talking about trading manga, and there was the FBI they stay in those sites to pick up guys that are looking for underage girls.
Yeah.
And so this guy's talking, he ends up talking to an FBI agent, and the FBI agent's talking about trading this manga, series, and this one. Have you ever read this? And they're having a conversation, and the guy says, hey, by the way, have you ever seen this manga? It's like a porn. And the guy's like, no, I've never seen that. He's like, yeah, you ought to get it.
Wow.
And so he's like, yeah, I'm not really interested. So they go back and forth. The guy mentions it several times. Then he says, I'm telling you, it is amazing. You have to see this. It's really amazing. And so the guy's like, it was like $9. So he pays $9 or whatever it is. And the guy sends it. And it's a little 5-minute. But what it is it's a couple of Yakuza pull up in like a van, and they kidnap a Japanese schoolgirl who's clearly 13, 14 years old. And cartoon. Bring her somewhere, tie her up, abuse her, and then drop her off. Well, he downloaded it. It's on his computer. He watched it. The FBI shows up. They indict him and show up a few days later. They indict him.
And the FBI agent actually sent him.
Sent him to. Oh, that's not. They do that all the time. But the way the law reads is that it's possession. You don't even have to necessarily have watched it if you just possess it on your computer. But this guy watched it, so he watched it. He possessed it. So he was like, they were like, look, plead guilty. You don't have to go to jail. He's like, are you out of your mind? He's like, I'm going to trial. He goes to trial. He loses. He gets 4 years. He was in Coleman. There's multiple guys like. There's a guy the same thing. There was a guy, we called him, and I know I've told this story before. His name was oh God, no, I don't know his name, but they called him Harry Potter. He played ping pong all the time. He was amazing, but he looked just like Harry Potter. So he's probably 22, 23 years old. He got, I want to say he got a chunk of time. Maybe it was, I'm probably wrong. I'm going to say 6 or 7 years. But I'm probably wrong. At the very least, he got 4 years. because that was like the mandatory minimum.
Yeah.
What he did was he had been dating a girl, started dating her when he was 14 or 15 years old. They were having sex. At some point, he's like 19 and she's 18 or something. He finds out she's cheating on him with one of his good friends. He's furious. Well, when they were 15, 16, 17 years old, they had taken photographs of each other, but they'd also taken like a video. Check it out. Hello?
Did you just get Alexa listening to this whole entire conversation?
Jess's daughter over here.
Mary Shelley?
Yeah.
Was that you?
No, that was your computer. Oh, I thought you were turning on the TV back there.
Bro, the computer listening to every single word we said.
What did it say?
I don't know. We started talking about this topic, which quite frankly, I don't know. I think we're way too soft on that particular type of crime. I don't know about the exact circumstance he was talking about, but like I kind of pride myself on never crying in movies, but watching Sound of Freedom, I couldn't help, man. I let out some tears. That movie was so intense.
Well, so here's what happens is the problem with making laws so liberal is that the kid who's now 19 or so is infuriated with his girlfriend. And what does he do? He starts sending out, I don't know if it was pictures or video, but he starts shooting out, let's say photographs, naked photographs of his, at the time, 14 or 15-year-old girlfriend that he was having sex with at the time. He's also young. Start shooting out these photographs. Well, the mom finds out, or a friend of a friend. Eventually, they all find out. The mom finds out. The mom contacts the authorities. The authorities, the local cops or whoever, are saying, well, this is within our wheelhouse because it's over the internet. They contact the FBI. FBI comes in. They indict the kid. He says, what are you talking about? I want to say he might have gone to trial. He's like, wait, there's pictures of me and my girlfriend. They're like, yeah, but you're 19 years old and this is child pornography. He fights. So he says, I want to say he went to trial, but he may not have. He may have just taken a plea. Whatever it was, he ends up getting, and once again, I'm not positive. I think it was like 6 years. He ends up getting like 6 years. He played ping pong for,
So he was
4.5
sharing,
years.
just so I'm clear on what he's doing here. When he was in the romantic relationship with this girl, they were both minors.
Yes.
Right. But he had pictures of her nude that he shared out.
I mean, having sex. They're having sex.
Right.
Now we're talking about like pornographic photographs of him and his girlfriend at the time.
Yeah.
But now he's 19 or 20.
Yeah.
And
but you're still distributing video of a minor with
right.
intent to harm that person, right?
I agree. But in his mind, because there is no intent attached to that crime.
Well, the intent is to do damage to her,
No,
right?
I'm saying when they write you. So a lot of crimes, you have to have the intent to do something, right?
Okay.
So with that crime, there's no intent. It's like saying, like you simply have it on your computer. You can say, yeah, but I never looked at it, or I downloaded it and I didn't know what it was and I never looked at it. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You have possession of it. You're going to jail. Yeah, but my intent wasn't to download this.
Yeah.
Listen, I know guys. I know a guy that was locked up, and I actually saw his paperwork. He went to someone and was asking to buy dumps of information for credit cards. Okay. And the FBI agent that he stumbled upon in this dark web that he was trying to disseminate pornography. Hey, do you want to buy this? I don't have that, but I have this. And he's like, no, I don't want that. Yeah, but I have this. He's like, I'm not interested in that. Eventually, the FBI agent comes along. He says, look, here's what I can do. I can give you the credit card information you want, and I'll go ahead and I'll throw in some videos too. Some videos of movies and this and that, and he sticks in a video of child pornography.
Just trying to like upsell almost.
And so the guy downloads it, and they come and they indict him and they grab his computer, and guess what? You have child pornography on your computer. And he says, yeah, I know, but when I actually did click on it and I watched it for like a second or something, I realized it, I turned it off. And they're like, yeah, we understand, but you possess it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but my intent was not to download it. He put it in there. Like I didn't even know it was in there. It was just random movies.
Isn't that entrapment though?
It is entrapment. Entrapment is not a defense in the federal system.
Wow.
And guess what? I was locked up with him. He went to prison. I mean, he went to prison for it.
Wow.
And and his lawyer was like, "Look, what do you want to do? Do you want to go in front of a jury and explain to a jury hey, I just was trying to download your credit card information so I could run up your credit cards. And so they're going to, that's what you have to do. You have to get on the stand and say, I'm a credit card thief and I do credit cards and these guys stuck this in here and I'm not guilty of that. They're willing to give you 4 years. But if you go to trial, then they're going to hit you for every image that made up that entire film. You could get 40, 34, you can get hundreds of years. But they most likely would give them like 15 or 20.
See, it doesn't seem like the right way to actually fight child trafficking.
To me, that's not child trafficking. Child trafficking is you grabbed a child.
Right.
I'm not saying that guys that look at that intentionally aren't perverts and weirdos, but I'm saying that things like what we're talking about, taking an image and putting it on there, like that's child pornography.
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Like disseminating that, they'll look at, like, people think, oh, you're ruining her reputation. Listen, it's worse than that. This guy, you can like, it's not just ruining your daughter's reputation. That's prison time. Like, you don't understand what you've just done. Like, that's serious. It's more serious than my daughter's being made fun of from her classmates. Way more serious.
Yeah, you could be like you could go to prison, especially if you're over 18, I guess.
Right. So that's a serious issue.
I wonder if that's how it's going to end up getting litigated in the future, because this is definitely going to become a problem. There's definitely going to be.
I think based on the law, it would be.
Yeah.
Especially, keep in mind too, like so it's not.
You know what's crazy to me is kids do dumb things. 18-year-olds do some really stupid things without thinking. Like, she broke up with me. I hate her. I'll show her.
That's exact. Like they're not thinking clearly. That's not. You're not thinking. A grown man would go, I'm angry, I'm upset, but that would be really over the top. Like, that wouldn't be proportionate to what's happened.